All right, welcome back to our pregame show. Todd Morris with you here on the Bulldog Radio Network, and it's time to sit down with UMS right head football coach Terry Curtis for our weekly pregame interview. And Coach, we clinched the Region 1 championship last Friday night with a thrilling 21-20 victory over Faith Academy, and a game that I'll say had a couple of huge momentum swings, but none bigger than the way the Bulldogs came out of the locker room after the halftime break. Down 20-7 at the half. Cole Blaylock's only touched the ball, I think, 4 times when we went into the locker room. Defense looked to be on their heels. Talk about the first half and then what adjustments we made at halftime.
Well, I'm like you and what you just said. I felt like, and I told Jay at halftime, that I thought our defense was playing scared, timid, whatever you may want to call it. Our corners were not attacking. They were just throwing a straight hitch out there with – it wasn't even any kind of a screen. It wasn't anybody blocking or anything. And our guys were sitting back waiting and couldn't tackle them. But at the same time, I thought our linebackers were sitting there waiting on the board to get to them instead of attacking the line of scrimmage. And I thought, well, they had to have gotten better with a couple fourth down stops in the second half. And then on offense, we wanted to spread them out a little bit, but we knew at half Cole had to get more touches, and that's when we kind of committed to the running game and playing him and Joe and the Wildcat and the pregame speech. Everybody thought there was a lot of hellfire and brimstone going on, and I kind of told them, guys, we got them right where we want them. Because last year I think it was 20-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
So I said we got them right where we want them, and not that we really believe that, but. We came out and we got the ball about the 50, I think, on the second half kickoff and took it down. And even though we didn't score, we got physical with them and fumbled it in the end zone. But yet you could see the kind of the tone of the game changing.
Because we turned around and did it on the very next drive. We got the ball at the 50 again. Again, in those first 2 drives, we ran 16 plays. 15 of them were all running plays, and you could just see their body language change and our confidence just grow. We were able to punch the second one in, and then we were right. It was a ball game then.
Well, and they play several guys both ways by design. I mean, they're good athletes. They're all in the secondary, and a couple of linebackers played probably more so on offense than normal.
Yeah.
And, if you're playing a good football team in a tough physical game, you hope you can kind of outlast them. And I'm sure Jack was hoping that 20 would be enough because he knew that they were going to get that way kind of late in the game.
Yeah.
But about like last year, we were able to come back and make a few plays and the kicking game, Kingston making the 3 extra points was big, and they missed one.
But let's talk about the kicking game because I thought both teams, our kickoffs was an interesting chess match going on between both teams. Neither one wanted to kick it deep to the playmakers on the other team. I thought Kingston did a great job for us on his pooch kicks. We stopped them at around the 30 or 35 every time. But Faith Academy was more than happy to give us the ball at the midfield line.
Yeah, and, that's just always been a thing of mine. I just, if I'm going to do that, I might as well just kick it out of bounds and just give it to him at the 35. I just feel like in high school and especially in a tough football game where people have dynamic deep guys, so he did do a great job. We wanted to kick it to about the 25 with a little bit of height and cover it and make him at least go 70 something yards, and he did do a great job of doing that. I don't think his parents really knew a funny story that he was supposed to pooch kick it, and Kingston came in for some treatment Sunday, and he was talking to Stacy, and he said, "Man, I didn't know what they were doing." He said, "I knew he could kick the ball further than that." So we had a big laugh. We had a big laugh out of that. Stacy was telling me that story. Excuse me, on Sunday. That I don't guess Kingston told him that he was going to be pooch kicking.
You gotta warn your parents ahead of time so they know what's going on. That's funny. Yeah. That is a great one. All right, so we're 9-0 going into our final regular season game this weekend. The 6-3 Williamson Lions come to Cooper Stadium to finish out the regular season. Interesting game because they're still fighting for their playoff lives and kind of a dangerous team when you look at them on film.
Well, they're good, very, very good defensively. They have not scored a lot of points against people, but their defense runs around. They can run. They're athletic, reminds you of Vigors in a lot of ways. It's probably going to be, it's been kind of hard getting them back. But one of the goals you have to start the year, Todd, is to first of all, to win the region game.
Right.
But to win the region is big because you get home field advantage against any of your opposed. If you, the teams in your region, you have a good chance getting 2 or 3 home games. A lot of reasons you want to. But now having already won the region, very few teams have an undefeated season.
Right.
Even the great teams we've had around here, 4 or 5 times that we ever gone through the regular season 10-0.
Yeah.
So that's something to play for, and they've bought in. They're going to play their game. They want to finish this thing off, and I'm sure we're going to get everything like we have all year long. And let me just mention right here before we go on, these kids' resilience and tenacity and all the words you want to use, being ranked number 1 since preseason and getting everybody's best shot and playing some tough football games, get behind in 2 or 3 games, and yet find a way to win is just a tribute to these kids and these parents, and it's been kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. I had Ron Williams on for the halftime show this week, and he said the same thing. The never quit attitude has just been fun to be around all year. Yeah. Well, here we are, Game 10 of the season. We haven't talked about it all year. We're going to hit on it real quick. You've got a chance to tie the record for the most career victories this week. Everybody's been asking me about it. I said I'll let Terry talk about it when he wants to. Your thoughts on that as you have a chance to tie that record this week and possibly break it next week?
Well, it's gratifying. Looking, hopefully getting there, but no game in this league is guaranteed.
Right.
And you take them one at a time. I'm sure the players know it. I know the coaches know it. And but I've been the head coach for all of them, and probably gotten way too much credit, and probably taking a little bit too much of the blame. But that's part of it. And but man, without all the assistant coaches through the years, and players and parents and administration and everybody involved, it'll never happen. But it's going to be a very rewarding thing.
Well, hopefully we're celebrating after the game this Friday night, and good luck to you. Thanks, Tom, for sitting down with us. It always goes too quick every week. We need to get you on back for the halftime show.
The whole year goes quick, Todd. It's hard to believe, really. And I know it's tough on you when you don't even have a kid in the game or anything else to go on the road and do this each and every week and prepare like you and Michael do. But, really the whole deal just flown by when you start and look at it. Here we are in the 10th game. It seems like we just started this, talking about we didn't really know what to expect out of these guys.
Right. But here we are with a chance to go 10-0, and it's been a great season. Now we got what I call the second season ready to go next week.
Exactly. Looks like we got Headland.
Yep.
And we've started getting some film in on them, and it's kind of fun in the playoffs to play people you've really don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know their personnel. You don't know their people. You don't know their coaches, really, as far as what they like to do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a chess match, and it's kind of fun to get in there. And so it's going to be a fun time, and we're looking forward to it. The kids seem really excited about still playing. You always worry about that late in the year, and I think this is where our preseason and fall stuff for the time we give them off really comes in valuable now because they don't feel like we've overdone it.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, the Bulldogs look to finish the season undefeated tonight as we close out the 2022 regular season here at Cooper Stadium against the 6-3 Williamson Lions. We'll be back with the opening kickoff in just a minute. You're listening to UMS Right Football here on Sports Talk 99.5 Mobile, an iHeart radio station.